Hello, I'm Max, and welcome to my first ever tutorial video. In this tutorial, I will show you how to draw that, this piece. So to begin, we have to create a new canvas. So to do that, you go to the plus sign here, you choose, well, it's a square, so you choose the square. The 2048 is enough in terms of resolution for almost everything, I think. So you create that, you click here, and you create what you need to draw on. To draw this piece, we'll use some colors that are from this palette. I will give you the palette on my Patreon. You will be able to download it there, and I have a brush too that will be needed for this piece, and it will be also on my Patreon. You will be able to download it there for free, of course. So here you can see the palette, and we'll choose the first color of the palette. It's a nice blue, and you will then choose the brush, and we'll go to calligraphy. So you select this brush, okay, the monoline brush, and you draw a circle, okay. So nice and slow and big. You hold your pen, and this will create an ellipse shape. You can go to edit shape and click on circle, okay. This will give you a circle, and you can then adjust it so that it is in the middle of the screen almost. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you get the idea. If it's not centered and you can't move it, you can go to the little arrow here and move it again. Alright. So, when you did that, the next step is to take the blue color and drag it there to fill this entire area. When this area is filled, we'll begin to draw the mountains. So we'll now draw the first mountain. It's really important that you create a new layer for the part that will come after, because we'll draw on this mountain, and if we don't choose another layer, like I did right now, you will draw on the other layers too, okay? So once you created the new layer, you draw the mountain. It doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be like me, but you know, do like some shapes that resemble that, so that it's believable that it's mountains. Alright? So I try not to move the iPad. It's not ideal for the position of the... So don't forget to close your shapes. What I mean is, if you don't, when we will fill this little shape, it will go everywhere. So you take the last part here, when you can see, and you close the shape like that, right? Once you do that, you can take your color, oh, sorry, so the color you were using, and you drag it down like that, okay? And now it filled the shape. Alright, if you're not happy with some shapes that don't really resemble some mountain, or you can always, you know, like that, alright? Shit. sorry. So what I did here is I didn't close it. So yeah, like that, and here too. All right. So next part, we'll do the moon. To do the moon, we'll take this nice color, okay, and we'll select the first layer. Okay, don't forget to reselect the first layer, because if you draw on the second layer, it will not fill the shape you want. It will fill the entire canvas, okay? So select the first layer, and you drag, all right, this color here. Now that we have the moon, we want to give it a nice light and a nice shadow, okay? So that the moon is more believable, all right? So how to do that? You will select the third color, okay? Once you select the third color, you will select the right brush. The brush I'm using is in spray paint. It's the ultra fine nozzle, all right? So once we selected all that, you can then draw imperfect shapes on the moon. I'm still on the first layer, all right? So like that, you draw imperfect shapes, okay? You can see that it colors, it gives a little like a brownish, like gray thing, like to the moon, all right? And on the extremity of the moon, this color on the blue of the back, it will give the impression of light, all right, of luminance. So you can draw that, okay? So you drew that. It doesn't have to be like perfect everywhere, but you get to the idea, all right? Like that, you have like a moon, and I like to draw something asymmetric, so I draw one side a little bit more shadowy than the other side, all right? For the next part of the drawing, we'll do the mountains in the front, all right? So to do that, we'll select the first brush that we had in calligraphy, and we'll take the monoline brush again, all right? Sorry. Okay. We'll select this color of the palette, all right? And on the front of the drawing, we'll draw a mountain. Before you do that, you want to select another layer, okay? So that when we want to change the mountain later, we'll draw only on this mountain. So you take like approximately here, we'd say, yeah. And you draw like a nice mountain shape, all right? That's like, yeah. So don't forget, you always have to close your shapes to be able to fill them, all right? Like that. So we have the second mountain, all right? And now we'll do the third mountain, all right? That's between the first and the second mountain that we draw. To do that, we want to take a color that's between this color and this color. So how do we do that? Well, you had this color from the selection before, okay? So what you will do is go to Classic, all right? And you will select a little less of light. I don't know why, but I don't see the cursor here. So I will do it like that. Alright. Again, choose another layer, so you click the plus sign here. You have to put this layer between the two layers so that it's in between, okay? So you will draw above this layer but underneath this layer. So you draw like a nice mountain shape, like that. Right. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. And don't forget to close your shapes, okay? Like I said to you, alright? And you feel? Alright. And now we have 3 mountains, okay? Now that we have our 3 mountains, we want to give a feeling of depth. So to do that, we will put a little bit of smoke or cloud between each and every mountain. So to do that, you will select the white color that you have in the palette. You will take in the spray paint, you will take the ultra fine nozzle, alright? And that's why I told you to draw each mountain on one layer, is so that when you draw on one mountain, it will not draw on the other mountain. Alright, so we select the first mountain, it's the further back here, and we can draw a little bit of smoke, a little bit of you know, cloud smoke feeling. That will give already a thing of, you know, depth between the first and the second mountain. And we do the same with the others mountains, alright? So like that. Always try to be like more white in the down part and less white on the up part, okay? And the last one, we have the third mountain in the front, alright? So like the other two, we do that. And, you know, like that, alright? So we want to give a thing of light for the mountain, because we have the moon here, and the moon gives some luminance to the mountain, okay? It gives some light. So we still choose the white color, okay? So stay with the white color, and you will this time take the airbrushing, the hard airbrush, okay? And what we will do now is draw on the edge of each mountains a little bit of light. Okay, so you have the hard brush selected, and you will take like, I don't know, like 32%, doesn't have to be precise, and you will draw on the edge of the mountain. You will lock every layer, alpha lock here, here, and here, okay? And now, when we draw next to the drawing of the mountain, it will not draw, okay? So when you do that, you see, it doesn't draw. But when you come here, it's drawing, alright? So it's because we have each mountain on one layer, and each layer is alpha locked, okay? So you take your pen and you, like we said, draw some light on the edge of the mountains. Okay. Like that. Alright? It doesn't have to be precise, doesn't have to be the same amount of pressure everywhere. Okay, so on the second mountains now. right? And on the last one. All right. So it gives a little bit of light and a snowy feeling, you know? All right. Now we have our 3 mountains, okay? So we can move on to the rest of the drawing and let's move to the sky, okay? So what we want is a little bit of stars, okay? So we'll go to another layer, okay, above everything. So to do the stars in the back of the sky, we want some special brush. So what I did is I took the glimmer brush here and I adjusted some spacing and some jitter to do this brush. See, this brush here. I will put it in my Patreon for you to download, okay? So once you downloaded that, you can then use it. So you keep the white color, okay? And you draw here, okay? Some stars. Don't have to be precise, but you know. You draw that. Make sure to not draw on the moon, okay? Like that, you have like a sky full of stars, if I may say so. Okay, so now we want to have a little bit of light in the sky because it's a little fade. I don't know if you agree with that, but yeah. So what we want is create a new layer. I always create a new layer. Well, because it's really easier to change things if they are separated than if it's on one layer, okay? So when you're not sure what to do or what you want to do, always create a new layer. And if even me who knows what I want to do, I will create a new layer, okay? So for the next part of the sky, we want to give a little bit of light. To do that, we'll select the blue color that I have here. Yeah. No, sorry. We'll select the blue color that I have here, and we'll take the airbrush, the hard airbrush. Okay, and you will draw gently around the moon, a little bit of strokes around, let's say 60%. Okay, and you want to draw a little bit like this. All right, it gives a little bit of light to the sky. Okay. Okay, so now we have the sky with a little bit of, you know, lighter color, but it's not enough yet, okay? So now we can take the last blue color of the palette, we select a new layer, and we take in the luminance brush set, we take the nebula, all right? And you take like, I don't know, 5-6%. And what we want is that the viewer look inside the moon, okay? So in the center of the drawing. So we want to circle around the moon, okay? So that's exactly what we will do, like that with the... Oh, so sorry, it's a bit too big for me. I guess I will do it like that. Yeah, it's better. All right. Okay. And you go around the moon like that. Alright. Don't hesitate to be a lot. You push a bit more in certain part and less on other parts to have like these shapes. Okay. All right. Okay. So now what we want is a bit of snow. So we'll select another layer. We'll take the white color and we select in the brush the snowy brush. I think it's in elements. Yeah, the white snow. I think it's named white snow. I'm sorry, it's in French on this palette, but on this brush library, but yeah. Okay, so make sure you have the other layer selected. You take, I'm like 70%, yeah. Okay, and now we want snow like we are looking through the snow, and that's exactly what the brush is doing. So you take some vertical strokes like that. Okay. Right. We'll now draw the Santa part of the drawing. So again, you create a new layer. To draw the Santa in the center of the moon, you want to select the brush. I will name it. I did not name it. Sorry, but yeah, the brush with Santa. I will put it in my Patreon. So you take this brush, all right, and it's a stem branch, and you take the blue color, the darker one, okay, and we want that Santa to be behind the snow. Okay, so to do that, we will put it here. Okay, we will put the layer where is Santa before the layer where is the snow. Okay, so the snow will appear before Santa. Okay, and it's a stem branch, donc so you only have to put once your pen in the middle. Okay, like that. So here I'm not really happy where is the Santa with the reindeer. Okay, so I will select it and I will put it where I want it to be. You see the blue line that it's approximately in the middle, so there, I think I'm happy with it. Now we want to add some light under there. So to do that, we'll click here to create another layer. So what we want to do is select the red color here. Okay, and go to luminance. Okay, and go to light brush. All right, so we have this layer selected and we draw like this, following the movement of Santa. We draw like a little bit of red here. Okay, okay, so it's a little bit red, okay, but it's not really the light that I want. To add that, we select this layer and we click add. Okay, so like that you can see it's it's more like some light that some red I put on the paper. Okay, so like that you have some light. But I don't get the fast feeling, you know, the light and the fast feeling. So to do that, I will take the light pen. Okay, I have the light brush. Now we take the light pen, and I will draw some stroke here. I'm still with the layer where I draw the red thingy, and I'm still with the red color. Okay. So what I do is I try to draw strokes that make the illusion of something fast. So like that, okay. But I'm not really happy. I drew on my deer here, and I'm not really happy with that. So what I can do is select this layer and put it behind my Santa. Okay, so now we have the Santa and the light, but the light doesn't come above the Santa. All right. And to add a little bit of fun, what I did is, you know, put some little smokes, like the Santa is with the gas, you know, like a car or something. So to do that, you select another layer, and what I did is take some cloud. So in the brush, you take the element, set brush, and you take the cloud bit here. You still with the red, okay? What you want is create some little cloud in the back of the part here, okay? And little nice here, and some nice little one last here, okay? But the cloud is a little too much red for me because there's the light of the moon, so I will take the last color of the palette, the pink one here, the pale pink one, and I will try to add some, you know, like a little bit of, no, it's not like that, yeah, little bit of red here. A bit of red, of pink, sorry. Yeah. Okay. So like that, you have your drawing. That's yeah. I think it's finished. So I hope the tutorial was fun to do. I will. I promise I will be better next time. I'm still stuttering and trying to do my best, but yeah, not easy. As it appears. Oh yeah, the last thing to do is of course to sign your drawing. Okay, so to sign, I have my signature. I created a brush only to do that. To sign, okay. For this drawing, I will use the red color, and I will create another layer again, and I will stamp my signature in the down part of the drawing here. Oh, it's not really, it's not big enough for me, so yeah, I will make it a little bigger. Like that, all right, and it's really flashy, so I will put it to lighten. I think it will be, yeah, it's a little bit better, I think. All right, so yeah, that's the drawing. I hope you liked it, and if you liked it, be sure to subscribe for if you want, of course. It would be amazing for me. And I will do a tutorial like that every week, and I hope they will be better and better. Thank you very much, and see you.